Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am making a special dessert perfect for sharing over the festive period or all around the year. It is a good one. So you might know that my family loves tiramisu. So I thought I need to make a new improved version. Not improved, just a new slightly different version. So I'm making a chocolate cake tiramisu. Yes, you heard that right. So instead of the sponge fingers, I'm going to use a moist, delicious chocolate cake to layer up this tiramisu. So I'm going to waste no more time. I'm going to get baking, and this is going to be incredible. Before I start, you know what I'm going to say. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button so you get a notification every time you share a new recipe. And something tells me that you guys are going to absolutely love it. So I'm going to start with 200 grams of butter. Now this is really hot, so I'm just going to microwave it for 5 seconds just to warm it up. In goes 250 grams of caster sugar. Just going to keep this in for a minute or two. Look how creamy this looks. So just a couple of minutes of heating. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs. Give it a mix. Teaspoon of vanilla. 150 plain flour. 50 grams ground almonds. 50 grams cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder, half a teaspoon bicarb, and next 100 grams of sour cream. And now I am going to mix this all in. A little bit of beating. You obviously can do this with a whisk, hand whisk, electric whisk, stand mixer. It's got a nice rectangle tray. Get some butter on any form of grease. Gonna put a thin layer of baking powder. And this is just so it's easier to take the cake out of the tin. Otherwise it's quite tricky. This is such a thin cake that it will not take very long to bake at all. So I'm going to check it in 15 minutes. And I've got the oven at 180C or 160 fan. I think just 15-20 minutes should be plenty, but I will check it. Now this might look very dry, and the reason is because we're not using it as a cake. We are using it as a tiramisu base. So I need it to be a little cakey, doughy, so that we can convert it to a tiramisu. I'm so excited for this. Just checking after 20 minutes. Needs another 10. The cake has cooled down completely. I'm going to separate 4 eggs. Going to get the whites in here. I'm going to whisk them first and get the yolks in another bowl. And I'm just going to start whisking it and whisk it till it's got soft peaks. So when it forms soft peaks, I added 40 grams of caster sugar. Look at that. Really nice soft peaks. I'm going to remove it in another bowl. So I've got that in this bowl. And in this bowl, without washing, I'm just going to add the yolks and 60 grams of caster sugar, and then whisk it until it's pale and kind of creamy. So you can see how pale this is, almost off-white, and I only whisked it for 2 minutes on full speed. Now I'm going to add all the rest of the ingredients to this. First going in is 250 grams of mascarpone cheese. Just going to loosen this up for a second. And now I'm going to add 300 ml of double cream. And then whisk this until it's set a little bit. Look at that. Just gonna add a little bit of the white, loosen this mixture up before I add the rest of the white. And then we add this all in and just fold it in for a nice light, lovely mixture. Don't rush this, take your time. Time to make the syrup to soak our cake. So I'm gonna get some coffee in here, just instant coffee, 3-4 tablespoons, and I have got here 400 ml of boiling water, and also some coffee liqueur goes in. So here is our cake. I'm gonna cut it in half just for the ease of dealing with this. Gorgeous cake, look at that. Then I am actually gonna divide it, slice it into half. This is gonna be an immense dessert. Let's get the tin out. Here is the cake. So that's got a really lovely layer on the bottom. Just gonna get this and soak the cake in it. I want the cake to be completely moist. Now goes in half of this loveliness. Spread it out. For some chocolate. It's a nice big piece of dark chocolate grated on top. Then more cake. Now comes the syrup. You can cut them in fingers like actual tiramisu fingers, sponge fingers, but I don't think I want to waste so much time cutting them into smaller pieces when I can just use them as it is. Oh. You know what the worst part is? That I will have to wait till tomorrow to eat this because you really need to let it sit. So I think there's 100 ml left, which I don't want to over soak it either. So I'm gonna leave that thing out. Use the rest of the cream and spread it evenly. And now more chocolate. I am going to finish this with a sprinkling of just some cocoa powder. Light dusting. Now this goes in the fridge till tomorrow. And I know we made this yesterday and I'm only going to get to eat this today, but it's totally worth it. Obviously, the cream layer is exactly the same as the regular tiramisu that I make, but that chocolate cake soaked in that coffee liqueur and coffee is just absolutely insane, and it tastes different to tiramisu but also tastes very similar. I can't explain it to you. It's insanely delicious. That is fantastic. It's a great dessert to make beforehand. You can even make it 2 to 3 days beforehand because this is only going to get better by day. So hope you'll try this, enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you back here with another new recipe very soon.